everybody, my name is Bobby and I will be your guide for today. So today I'm just going to tap into my higher self because I just started getting these messages coming through that are honestly igniting cells within me. And with that, this wisdom started pouring through. There's all these codes and understandings that I have about feminine power and how we can take it back, but also see the advantage of the masculine power as well. I know that I have the codes to awaken those that would be perceived as witches or wizards. I have the code, and I'm not saying that I'm the only one. There's others that have codes as well. But I know I have this code. I also have the code to awaken the elementals who have been born into humanity and the elementals world, although they will do a lot of the work once they awaken anyway. It's like a covenant of beings or humans that are going to be awoken. And I know this because I know who I am. So when you know that that's what you're here for and that you're here to create new worlds together, when you know that deep down in your core, there's nothing, it just is. So I can't be here and know this and it not happen, or it's not going to, or it's nothing. You can't have this knowing. And it's not something that's coming from my imagination. I've had this feeling for a very long time. I've just been holding it in because of how I would be perceived by others. And now, honestly, I don't really give a flying poop. And that's just given me this freedom to step up and say, you know, there's a lot more humans that are going to be awoken. And it's so exciting. So if you can imagine all of those that have been holding codes, life after life, being persecuted for holding them and all of that, but they're awakening into their love vibration, they're letting go, they're forgiving, they're learning more about themselves. They're starting to take their power back, but not from a place of trying to get back at, which just keeps the cycle going, but more from a maturer place of love within themselves for who they are. And that is igniting more and more gifts. And then it's the power of that coming back to life that they will be showing others of the gifts that they have been holding the codes of life after life and being persecuted. They'll take that ownership back. They'll have to see themselves from the point of view of they allowed it to happen as well, because really at the core of everyone, we are all source energy and equal power. So there has to be a victim mentality as well. Now you might say, oh yeah, a powerful witch and then she's burnt at the stake. But then her anger became the victim mentality. It got entangled into the person that was the perpetrator. And so the cycle kept going, victim, perpetrator, life after life after life. It is literally in the recognition that you were always the same power as those that were persecuting you, and that your alignment of energy somehow twitched enough for it to fall into becoming the victim of their energy. Even if you were burnt at a stake, you would not have lost yourself life after life if you had sent love out to those people who were persecuting because they were caught in a disabled program themselves. I believe you could go back and you could actually bring up that energy again. And instead of falling into the victim, shift it in with your imagination, that the power of you could never be taken away, and that you would just love going on a journey, and you see them as love going on a journey with an imbalance that's thrown them into such a limited space and such a horrible life. So there's this love that can come from you to help shift those that were perpetrators. You could keep going back and forth if you want, perpetrator, victim, or victim, 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 perpetrator, perpetrator, perpetrator. It doesn't matter. You could go for ages, life after life. You could say, I'm not doing that. I'm not forgiving those. I'm not forgiving. I'm not seeing myself as someone I have to forgive. In the end, anyone who has been a victim has to forgive themselves as well, because when you come back to love, you are a complete matched source energy, just God itself going on a journey. And when you come from that aspect, you realize everyone was equal to begin with. This is why you could look at yourself and go, wow, I went that far and now I'm coming out of it. And now I've got the strength or the knowing or the understanding now that I can come out of it. How freaking powerful are you guys going to be? You are going to be so powerful, like unbelievable. So don't feel like you're missing out or you're letting someone off the hook, because the person that's a perpetrator life after life with you being the victim, they're going to have to forgive themselves too, to be able to line up with source energy and recognize that they never felt powerful within them. They felt that the power outside of them had to be controlled. Anything outside of them had to be controlled. They could only control the outside world because they forgot how to control their inner world, their inner dialect, their inner self. So they needed to become more powerful than what they perceived themselves to be by controlling others. And when you control others like that and understand that you're coming from love, going on a journey, then you're going to have to do a lot of unraveling of forgiveness, peeling back the layers as to why you lost control of yourself enough to have to control everyone outside of you. There's some grand lessons going to be learned in the next 5 years. They're telling me 5 years. It's going to be extremely powerful as we all start awakening. There's going to be some magic coming back, and it's not at all like was told to you over the last so many years. It's going to be beyond what you could imagine, because if you can imagine within your contents of your reality only this, this, and this, and this, and yet there's somebody over there that knows even more, and somebody over there that knows even more, then when we all waken up, we start to realize, oh my God, there's even more to our imagination, more possibilities that can happen. So the world that we're moving into, because we're starting to unite, and when we unite, we share, we explore, we openly give our gifts if we want to, and we openly help each other to survive and thrive, not just survive, we thrive in this world. And so that new world that we're starting to develop is going to be beyond most people's comprehension or imagination because of that sharing that happens. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm here to awaken those that have held codes at the moment. I think that there's more to it as well. There's these sporadic meditations that I've done where I get this feeling of understanding people so much that I can awaken them. It's very exciting because I do believe that people like me, and there's quite a few of us awakening to that light code within us, we are going to shift so much more. The power of others, the power of others. Wow. You know, I might be able to ignite others, but then their gifts shine. And I've only like touched on specific gifts. It's like they've threaded this thread through a tapestry through for me, going, okay, you're going to do a little bit of telekinesis just so that you can convince your logical mind it's for real, so that you can help others understand. But I never got really into it. Where there's others out there that's going to be able to take those gifts, when awoken gifts, that I awaken them by my talking, by my sharing, and my vibration, everything. And then when they awaken to those gifts, they're going to be able to take them way further than what I could. Same with telepathy, had the experience of telepathy. I have had one small kind of teleportation, relocation that's happened to me. That was while I was driving my car. It was very confusing though, because I didn't expect it to happen. And all of a sudden I'm like, where am I? And I was way over the other side of, well, I was in another suburb. All of a sudden, just like that. And it's like that can't even happen that way, because there's a very long road that you go down. I couldn't have missed that. Anyway, there was that experience. Yeah, I've had quite a few different things. Seen into different frequencies, been gifted a lot of information. So premonition dreams, absolutely had those. Yeah. Yeah, but can you imagine, even beyond my gifts, there's other people out there that can ignite and help other people with their gifts, what they've experienced themselves. So be on the lookout for people that are talking about or discussing what's happened to them in the past of these gifts. Even if it was just a fleeting moment that they had them or whatever, it's a start. They had to start somewhere. It's like a crack in the veil. And then when you line up with that sort of gift that they're talking about, it would be coming from your heart. It won't be an ego thing of, if I learned that, I'm going to be able to get rich and all that sort of stuff. No, this would be like, oh my God, my heart, I'm so excited, so passionate, so thrilled to be able to be wanting to do that. That is an absolute indication that you're in the right path for that gift to be ignited. I don't believe you can come from the heart like that and it be fake. So it's only the mind that makes it fake. And it's usually focused really on something else anyway. It'll be focused on money or power or fame. Yeah. Not passion and excitement. And it's not to say that those things won't turn into fame or money or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's not the key reason. Like, for instance, all that I've done, I'm still very loyal to this, what I'm doing, because it doesn't matter if money's coming in or not. It's my heart, my soul. It's my passion. It's my desire. If that was shut down and I couldn't do that, I mean, I'll find another way anyway, because I'm meant to be doing that. But say, for instance, that did happen. I'd probably just go. I'd just go. there'd be no reason for me to be here. Not now, because this is it to me. This is not going to stop. I am going to keep on doing what I'm doing for the rest of my life. And whether it changes or morphs into things, different things, but I'll still be spreading the same messages around and shifting and helping others and creating a life of utopia for myself so that others can see they can create their own utopia. The energy is free. It's abundant. We are as expansive as our imagination. There is nothing that we cannot achieve. It's whether the programmed logical mind would allow it to be achieved, because there's limitations within our reality to keep it in a linear box from birth to death, so that we can have this separated program. You know, if we ended up otherwise, we would end up being in a dreamland, and that means that there's stories going all over the show because time doesn't exist. And you know, you can visit the past as if it was present and all that sort of thing. That's what dreamland does. It's alleviating the logical mind. Of course, if the soul finds that the logical mind is holding on into too many disruptions or blocks or anything like that, it will focus in on that to give you a dream to be able to clear it, so that you have an understanding of how to clear it, so we can actually dream of what our logical mind has been retaining or blocking, so that we get gifted some information on how to get out of it, usually symbolic because it's coming from the soul. So the soul has an understanding of that. Yeah, our dream world is much more closer to our soul's world. And that's why we should honor this gift of being in a linear program, and honor and respect the masculine side of things, the logical side of things, so that it actually gives us a story from A to B, you know, from birth to death, and all that journey in the middle, that's juicy, beautiful journey that we can go on. It's only because we've been fixated too much on the outside and not enough on our feelings, and our understanding of our feelings are communication within themselves between you and your soul. Yeah, so there's just so much more wisdom, isn't there? Oh. So I think I'll leave it there until next time. Yeah, bye.